I went across the border to Mexico, laid on a table, let someone slice me from ear to ear just to remove fat from my jawline. And believe it or not, that was not even the craziest cosmetic procedure I've ever had. I've had PRP, lip fillers, BBLs, arm lipo, breast lift, you name it, okay? And so today we are ranking my procedures from best investment to if I think it was a complete fail, waste of money, and absolutely not worth it. Coming in at number 8 is fillers. Now, I've done both lip and under eye fillers, and that lip filler, keep it far away from me. It was painful, it was expensive, and it does not last. For me, I have naturally full lips, so personally, I just don't think it's worth it. But that under eye is a different story, okay? I really hate a hollow under eye. So for me, that under eye filler, it makes you look youthful, refreshed. I look less sleepy. That is something I would definitely invest in again. However, overall, fillers just come dead last. Now, number 7 is that arm lipo. This was one of the biggest wastes of money. I got it done the same time as my second BBL, and I think the doctor was so focused on taking fat from, well, hold on, because the waist is snatched, but the doctor was just focused on other things that they did not really hit my arms, and there wasn't enough fat removed to create a drastic difference. I literally still have my bat wings. I personally would get arm lipo again, but I wouldn't combine it with another major surgery. So because of that, it was a complete waste of money. Number 6 is PRP for hair growth. Now, I know people swear by PRP, and I did too, okay? But for me personally, it was just not worth the investment. And the results depend on your body. Since this is your PRP that is derived from your blood, your overall health, your diet, and just how you eat, if you drink, if you smoke, all of that affects your PRP. And if you're doing those things and paying for all of these sessions, but you're injecting crap into your scalp, you are not going to get the results. And ultimately, it is going to be a waste of money. On top of that, those shots hurt. Probably the worst pain I have ever felt in my entire life. For the amount of money, pain, and upkeep involved, it is just not worth the investment to me. Number 5, my breast lift with implants. Cut the cameras. Take me out the chat. Terrible. Absolutely terrible, okay? I paid $10,000 to a doctor who did not even completely do my surgery. Completely worst experience of my life. I am still dealing with that trauma today. I ended up botched, needed corrections. It was honestly one of the most frustrating experiences I've ever had in my entire life. And the results just were not transformative. Number 4 is the chin lipo and buccal fat pads removals, and baby. I literally crossed the border into Mexico, walked past a line of girls all waiting to get the same thing done, laid on a table, let the surgeon slice me from ear to ear, suck all the fat out of my chin and my jawline, cut open my cheeks, take out my buccal fat pads. I did all of this while I was awake. I could hear every incision. I could hear the cannula moving. My anxiety was through the roof. It was one of the most nerve-wracking experiences I've ever had. I would never do no surgery, no cosmetic, nothing ever awake again. If I can't go under that anesthesia, it ain't happening. It's not happening. But the results, oh my. Woo! Baby, them results, I love them. I love them. Te quiero mucho. I love them. Like, even years later, I am still happy with my results. I used to have a very round pie face. Like, it was the moon, boom, my face. Like, it was very round, it was very circular, and always gorgeous, always beautiful, but still very round. And now I just love like how I can see a little bit more definition, a little bit more chisel, a little bit more tone. And I would absolutely get it again, because I do think it was a great investment, one of the best investments I've ever made. I just would not do it without general anesthesia. Number 3 is definitely my veneers. I love my teeth. I love waking up with a bright white smile. I think a great smile is an enhancement. Your outfit is never truly complete without a smile. And although my beautiful natural teeth were gorgeous, like I wasn't missing teeth. Like I didn't need veneers. This was solely, you guys, I didn't need any of this stuff, honestly. It was solely for cosmetic reasons. But my thought process was, I'm investing so much money in teeth whitening strips and the UV lights, the teeth whitening services and all that stuff, because I've always been obsessed with having white teeth. And I just decided to take the leap and invest in veneers. And I love them. I get complimented all the time. I've had no issues, and I think this investment was completely worth it. Number 2, and some of the best money I've ever spent, my BBLs, okay? My first BBL changed my body, but it was too natural. I was a girl who I had a great shape going in, and so when I woke up after that first BBL, I was feeling like a brand new woman. Well, actually, no, I felt like I got hit by a train. But then when I woke up after that, I was feeling like a brand new woman, okay? But the issue was that my results were more natural than I wanted. Looking back, I realized I was actually scared to travel out of the country and go to the doctor I originally wanted to go to. And so I settled for a doctor, in the United States that just didn't give me the out the country results, which led me to going back 3 months later to another doctor and getting a more Vixen BBL, which is, I know y'all hate it and y'all got something to say, but baby, it's what I wanted. And y'all can say what y'all want, but I don't regret anything at all. However, looking back, there are some small things I would have done differently. I probably would not have had fat added to my hips because I did already have hips, and I wouldn't have put as much fat in my butt. But outside of that, it is what it is. And overall, I don't regret it. I think it was money well spent, and I think it was one of the best investments that I've ever made in my life. Because now when I gain weight, that stomach stay flat and that get fat, okay? Number 1, and the best investment I've ever made is my hair transplant, hands down, no questions asked, okay? My biggest regret with my hair transplant is not getting it sooner. Because I didn't get it sooner, they actually recommended that I get 2 transplants because of the area and just the amount that they needed to cover. And honestly, now that I am over 2 years post-op, I understand more why every day. But another transplant means going through that entire process all over again. And honestly, I don't think I'm ready for that pain. And I don't think I'm mentally ready to shave my head off all over again. Even so, this procedure completely changed my life, my confidence, and just the way that I feel about myself. And it was one of the best investments I've ever made, and money well spent. If there's one thing I learned from all of this, is that cosmetic procedures can enhance your confidence, but they can't create it. The best glow-ups happen when you invest in yourself, both internally and externally. Some of my best investments had absolutely nothing to do with surgery, like at all. But if we talking about cosmetic procedures, that hair transplant wins every time. Bye.